What it do, Aquarius? Happy New Year! 2020 has been quite the year, my dear. Welcome to Tarot by Vision. This is where we come together to tarot and hear the messages from Spirit so that we can consciously co-create with the universe the abundant and wonderful lives that we all deserve. Thank you so much for being here. All the information about me and my channel, it's down below. How appropriate, Aquarius. I launched my channel with you for 2021. I'm one of you, I'm Aquarius myself. So I know for us, this has been a lot of spiritual preparation. And we're moving into action here in 2021, it's the age of Aquarius, my dear. And 2020 really was the year of vision, but not necessarily in the way that we thought it was going to happen, because everything got shut down and we were really able to see things like we can see what's up for real, for real, for real. There is no going back to what things were before 2020. So this is an opportunity for us to come together to get to know each other and be in a spiritual community together to consciously co-create with the universe at this time. So welcome, Aquarius. This is a reading for this is the New Year 2021 reading. This will be the year of 2021 for Aquarius. Launching the channel, y'all. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, Aquarius, our first card is this. Can't make it up if you tried, Aquarius. Our first card for our reading for 2021 is the Death card. And I think that so many of us have already known that where things were before, like we really are evolving into a whole new way of being. And that which has happened is dead, And after death, there comes rebirth. So a lot of people feel a certain type of way when this card comes up. Always be willing to, and this is where spiritual practice comes in. That's why I recommend the tarot so much, because it helps us to be mindful that when the universe sees fit to have something end, it's ending. And if we can accept that, there are so many other things that can come from the death of something. But for us, this death of an old way of being, old ways of thinking, previous expectations of ourselves, how we've been in the world before, like post-coronavirus and Trump and all that shit's over, boo. And that's the first message that the universe wanted us to know, Spirit wanted us to know coming in, is that all that shit is over. We are Aquarius. We are the ones that are going to be really pulling forward and pulling down those cups and really moving folks forward spiritually. So this is a message from us right off gate to let us know all that other stuff, it's gone. It's a part of us, right? Because everything you've been through is a part of you, but it's over, in the sense that we're moving on to a whole new way of being spiritually, moving into a whole new way of action, completely different than before. The old way is dead. Wow, come through, universe. First card for 2021. All right. Our next card is this. Okay, we got the, the Six of Cups in reverse. Let's pull a couple more here, and we're gonna then clarify these cards and be able to come together for collective message. All right. Our next card is the Ten of Cups in reverse. The next card is the Eight of Swords in reverse. Okay. So it's looking like for 2021 Aquarius. Remember, this is a collective reading, so it's going to be different things for each individual. But what comes up in your mind, that's your intuition telling you that this is what it is in your particular situation, right? So, as I said before, the way that you showed up in the world before is completely dead, right? So it's like, and with death, there's a grieving process. there is an opportunity to really grow spiritually and really be able to work on faith and that sort of spiritual growth. But those things, completely old ways of being, are now dead coming into 2021. And you know this. So be willing to accept the newness that the universe is giving you, Aquarius. So you've got the Six of Cups and the Nine of Cups in reverse. So it's like, be willing to accept that what's gone is gone, and that the universe wants to give you cups in a whole new way. So when God gives us cups, we never know what's going to be in it, right? Because we're still holding on to that which hasn't served us, which is already dead, right? So it's like, by not accepting that something is dead, you can block the blessings that the universe is trying to give you, and what's your own individual purpose for your own individual evolution, because we all have things that are uniquely us, right? So if you can accept, and this may just be some information around needing to grieve like old ways of being, old ways of thinking, old spiritual attitudes, that sort of thing. This is really showing up to say, like, this is very important off jump in the new year, to realize the old is dead and be willing to accept that, so that the universe can give you these cups in a whole different way. But right now, what I feel like, because we're a fixed sign, right? So sometimes it's difficult for us to accept that things are over. And we're very loyal as well, right? So this could be in relationships, family, leaving a job, like whatever's not going to serve towards evolution and purpose has to die off, Aquarius. So this is the universe is saying, I'm here with you, but that's dead, boo-boo. So now we've got to move on, accept it, so that we can receive abundance in different ways. Because if you resist it, you're going to suffer. The final card on this row is the Eight of Swords in reverse. So it's time to move out of conflict. So accept that this death has happened, so that you don't have to kind of hamster wheel on the same things you've been, dealing with before that haven't worked for you. And it's time, in order to do that, though, you have to just accept the fact that it's going to look different than what you've ever seen before in your life. And it's important to know that we're fixed signs, so that we can be mindful of not being so rigid, because Spirit's going to guide us intuitively where we need to go. And we have to let things go that don't serve us anymore, so that we can move out of conflict. And I think that you do want to move out of conflict, Aquarius, but sometimes we have to let go of something. We can't fight for it anymore. It's dead. It's gone. And I think that's the real message of 2021. It's going to be to really do that examination. Post-coronavirus, post-Trump, we see the truth, all these things. It's not going to be the same anymore, boo-boo. It's dead. Move out of the struggle of wanting to hold on to something that's already gone. Because the universe got a whole new thing coming up for us. So clarifying, what we're doing now is clarifying this death card. So then we got the Six of Wands. Accept that death, move forward in that death, and then you on your king shit, right? So we're going to really be the ones that are going to be really basically downloading from the universe, right? So the old way of being has to go, right? Because we're moving and evolving into this new way of being. But once you're able to accept this death, you're going to be able to, see how this person is riding through on their horse, right? Like being able to really step into triumphantly a new way of being once you accept the things that have already died. Good stuff, Aquarius. I am loving this reading, y'all. Okay, our next card is this. Yep, and as once you let, this is the Seven of Cups. So once you continue to, the more that you allow the old to die, the more the universe is like, I have all these other beautiful, delicious, wonderful things that I'm just bestowing upon you. Walk into this newness, walk triumphantly in this newness, and you do that by allowing what's dead to be dead, right? Like becoming, going through that grieving process so that you can then get on this horse and be able to pull down these cups from the universe, moving out of this conflict. Now, a lot of times we have conflict within ourselves, Aquarius, because again, we are a fixed sign, we're very loyal, we want to always bring motherfuckers with us. Sometimes you can't bring people where you're going, boo. That might be, I think, for a lot of us what this death card is. It could be people. So a lot of this is becoming spiritually strong. And I always look at life kind of like Super Mario World, right? Like realizing there are going to be different bosses in your life, right? People in your life that are going to be things spiritually, people you have to meet, that part of your spiritual development is meeting those folks and being willing to let them go as God brings you into a different way of being. Ask me how I know. It's very difficult at times, but that's how you grow spiritually. That's how you are able to reflect on the things that are, in any relationship that you want, and to be able to grow and evolve, being able to recognize when it's over and when it's time to be loyal to yourself and get out of struggle. 10 of Wands. So what I really feel very strongly for some Aquarius out there is that this is a person. It's over, boo. The thing about it is there are how many billion people in the world, right? It's like once you work on you, God will attract to you energetically the people that you need. But if it's dead, it's dead. And if you try to hold on to something that's dead, you're going to continue to be in struggle, and you're going to continue to block that which is for you. It's the age of Aquarius, baby, all new. It's not going to be the way that you think that it is, but it's still going to be better than you could ever imagine. And that was about a word right there. All right, Aquarius, I got me testifying up in here, huh? All right, let's see what our next card is, clarifying this 9 of Cups in reverse, Aquarius. Yeah, and so moving on to that king or queen shit, right? Actually having this, becoming spiritually mature to make the decisions that are necessary to move on that throne. And now is the time, so next card we have is the 2 of Wands in reverse. And now is the time to move into action. So again, as I was saying before in the beginning, this has been a year of a lot of spiritual reflection and preparation for us. And this is the universe's way of saying to us, and now it's time to take action, boo, coming into 2021. So whatever that dream is, that vision, those things that that have been brewing up within you, the universe is asking you to step into action and spiritually accept that other part is gone and be able to move into action to be able to co-create actively with the universe. Okay. Next card is the Queen of Cups. Yeah, so this is really showing that the universe is really offering us a lot, Aquarius, if we can develop the spiritual maturity to receive it. And it could be in a package that you didn't expect. And it could be the most beautiful thing that you've ever seen and weren't expecting it. All right. Next card is this. So we got the Ace of Pentacles clarifying the 6 of Cups in reverse. So we got the Ace of Pentacles in reverse clarifying the 6 of Cups in reverse. So it's going to be really important for us, Aquarius, as we go through 2021 to realize that the abundance of the universe is not going to come in the way that you necessarily expect it. So you're looking for, you're your love or money or career or whatever the case may be to be coming in the back, in the front door, and you're there waiting at the front door, but it's been at the back door the whole time, right? So it's like, accept the fact and be open to the fact that the way, again, age of Aquarius, right? It's not going to look like you thought it was. So, again, always be mindful we're a fixed sign. Look at how not to be so rigid so that you won't block out anything God's trying to give to you. See, you've got to right side up. See this hand, this God's trying to give you this coin. You got it upside down, meaning be mindful of blocking your blessings because it's coming through in a way that, oh, but I didn't want McDonald's, I wanted Burger King kind of thing, right? Like being, no, like you have part of spiritual development is accepting, you know, the manna from heaven, if you will, in whatever form that it comes in. Okay, so this makes sense with Aquarius, though. So this is the Six of Pentacles. So we're the humanitarian sign, right? So really look at what it is that you're passionate about, what really makes your heart sing, Aquarius. And I think this may have to be with career for a lot of people. So this death may be, I'm doing a type of a career or a type of work that's really not fulfilling my spirit. And I really want to move forward to be more authentic of, you know, what is my individual thing that I really want to do that's creative and different perhaps, but that's going to really benefit myself and others. And to be mindful to be... because again, we're so loyal. We oftentimes can be really loyal to something that's already has died, right? So you may be in a career that you feel as though, well, I can't leave for X, Y, and Z reasons. But I think for a lot of us, universe is asking us to really follow your passions. Okay. Yeah, so Ace of Cups in reverse. So I think for some of us, we've known that, but we haven't been willing to really move into it, and therefore we've been stuck and stagnated. But again, the universe is really calling us to move out of that reflection and that kind of being on the cliff type movement to really moving towards action. Because the more that we don't do that, the longer that we stay in struggle. So this is showing that the intuitive self wants to move out of struggle by accepting that death and moving forward in these new ways, right? So let's clarify this Eight of Swords in reverse. I tell you, Aquarius, I got me preaching and testifying up in here, baby, with all this. And I know it makes sense, because I'm an Aquarius too, so you feel me, I know you do. Okay. Chariot in reverse. But the longer that we stay in this internal struggle, the longer it's going to be for us to really manifest the things that we know that we want. Right? That other thing, again, is over. So in order to manifest it and get out of the struggle, we've got to be able to really heal from that so that we don't prolong our growth and our abundance and getting on this throne. Continue to clarify that Eight of Swords in reverse. All right. The Lovers. Okay, so for a lot of us, this could actually be like moving in a new, letting our guard down to in our relationships with other people. This could be a significant other. This could be just people in general. But I feel like for a lot of folks, this is being willing to let an old way that you saw yourself in relationships go so that you can really have the type of relationship that you want to have. How to feel safe enough to be vulnerable in relationships can be a new way of being for a lot of us. For a lot of us too, it's like moving out of this struggle may be to do more work on ourselves and allow ourselves to be loved and cared for by others. You know, as you're moving through possibly a humanitarian effort, right? Like if you're in a relationship, allow your partner to be there for you in a different way than before, perhaps. Or if you're single, allow the universe to really bless you with either a new person or a new friend, or it's about a new way of being for us coming into 2021, Aquarius, and allowing people to love on us, because we always want to love on everybody else, right? But we have to have reciprocity. And sometimes people want to give to us and we're blocking it, right? So part of that is recognizing I deserve reciprocity and I want to have those healthy, more balanced relationships, and I don't want to struggle alone so much. I think for a lot of us, we've really been keeping to ourselves, and I think that's a message to really say, to like be more open to people who've already demonstrated that they care for you. Allow them to be there for you. Or be willing to go on a journey with somebody new. Sometimes we like to control shit, Aquarius. God's like, you're in control of the motherfucking thing, but all right. The next card is this. The Magician in reverse. So we have to accept ourselves, Aquarius. We are so different than anyone else, right? I think a big part of what this death is the depth of what everybody else has thought of us and saw us as, and moving into the authentic self, into this new age of Aquarius and this new time. It's a new time. We're not going back. Okay? We can honor, the things that have happened in the past. Like, I'm a huge, as you'll know, as you get to know me, hopefully as you continue to roll with me, I'm a huge 90s, person, especially hip hop, right? It's like, but you can honor the things that have made you who you are, the things that you've done before, but also be open to a new way, right? So it's like everything post 2020 is past. We can still honor those things, but we're moving in a whole new way of being. So it's not going to be the same as it was before moving forward. Again, I really recommend I think it's imperative to have a daily spiritual practice. The tarot is mine. Whatever it is for you is whatever works for you. But that way it helps you to stay in balance and be able to co-create with the universe rather than just kind of flopping about. This forum is also a place for us to be able to do some of that together. But definitely get you a pack of tarot cards and learn it. The spiritual messaging and the support is unprecedented. Okay, so let's do one final card. I love this reading, Aquarius. Let's do one final card, clarifying all of this, and then we're going to do a past, present, and future. Pick 2 oracle cards and a mini clarifier, and then we'll be done. And again, I'll have in the bottom of the description the decks that I'm using. Okay, final clarifier. The main tarot, Aquarius 2021 is this. Knight of Wands. So clarifying the whole reading is that as you're able to accept that that which is past is past. There is this whole opportunity to march forward in this whole new direction. So I'm excited for you, Aquarius. You know, I think that this is going to be a time to really let us see who you are, boo-boo. Let that star shine. You know, our card is the star card, right? So letting that star shine and being willing to be unconventional and different and authentically yourself, it's going to be really important. Receiving love and receiving abundance in ways that you may not have thought work for you, but accepting the abundance of the universe. Wow. King of Swords just wanted to pop out. So this is for your past card. So you've always had it, my dear. Like Dorothy in the Ruby Slippers. You've always had it. Present card is this. The Hermit in reverse. So presently, and this makes a lot of sense, this is New Year's, right? Moving out of hermit mode, moving out of some of the reflection and the being by ourselves we were talking about before, and recognizing that now the time has come that the universe is asking us to move into action and move out of that solitary just way of being to fully open up and express. The universe ain't playing with y'all, honey. All right. Our future is this. All right, so the Nine of Wands. So as you move forward, Aquarius, be careful, but don't be rigid, okay? I think that the universe is really asking us to really soften up a bit. We're moving into action, but don't be so rigid with it. You know, really work on spiritual balance is going to be really important. Balance in general, and also spiritual practice, and those things are going to be really important, because if you have something really passionate and something that you know that you need to do, it's like being able to be open to it first of all, and also like being patient with yourself and not being so hard on yourself as you're moving into a new way of being and a new way of representing yourself in the world. It's going to be really important, Aquarius. Okay, so 2 oracles and then a mini clarifier. All right, I am so feeling y'all's reading. I'm so excited to see what y'all gonna be up to in 2021, because baby, I'll tell you about this year, honey. But you know, I in all seriousness, Aquarius, we're waiting on you. I'm talking to myself too, right? I'm an Aquarius too, so don't be so fixed. Don't be so rigid. Be willing to show us who you really are. Okay, our card is this. Shadow. All right. So a lot of this is about doing that shadow work that's necessary. Not only that, though, but like revealing that shadow. That's what I think is going to be for a lot of us, right? Like revealing as we're coming out of this hermit mode, right? Like revealing the things that we've never really shared with anyone. But it's the authentic self, right? It's like, you know, there's the sun and the moon, y'all, right? There's like the light and the dark, and that's in everyone, right? So it's like in accepting all of oneself, can you really put yourself out there and really be blessed by the universe? Moving out of that struggle, trying to pretend to be something that you're not. Just because society says it's acceptable. Fuck society. Again, you know, we're moving to a whole new way of being. So, like, attachments to old thinking, attachments to old boo. But you don't hear me, though. All right. Okay. God of the arts, the artist within you is about to emerge. Does that need any clarification? Age of Aquarius. So for a lot of us, I think it's what's dying is the old way of representing ourselves, and what we're moving into is revealing the artist self, whatever that is individually for you. The universe is like giving it to us today, baby. All right. So mini card clarifier, and then what we do at the end is that we go in reverse and recap, and then we'll be done. Again, thank you so much for being here. This has been so amazing to read with you all. My first launch on my channel is such a powerful reading. So thank you for being here with me, Aquarius. So our final mini clarifier is this. Page of Wands, be willing to start the new journey. Okay, I'm going to go in reverse and just clarify very quickly. Be willing to start the new journey, my dear. For a lot of us, it's allowing that artist to emerge, and for a lot of us, that's going to be revealing the shadow self, because for a lot of us, the artist has been hidden in hermit mode, right? For a lot of us, it's been hidden, but it's time to now move forward. Don't be so rigid with what it looks like. And you've had it all along. So for a lot of us, this may be something that we really have desired for our whole lives, and the universe is like, it's time to take action on it, boo. Get on this horse and ride it on out, because you've had it all along. It's through accepting that which is unique for you, being willing to accept support from people who have demonstrated that they care for you, or being open to new love that feels right coming into your life. It's not being so rigid as before, and like as that card was saying before, not being so rigid, but accepting the fact that it may look like or be from a source that you maybe weren't expecting, but trust yourself enough to know whether or not it feels right. And if it does, go for it. Move out of the struggle by being willing to accept your unique gifts and talents, and being willing to move into this new way of being. Don't block what the universe is offering you. Look to what your passions really are, and be willing to move forward with that. Being mindful that it may not look the way that you thought it's going to look, but that the universe knows what it's doing, okay? Being willing to accept that and move on that king, queen shit, right? So that you can begin to accept all the abundance in the universe. The time for action is now, so that we can move out of these struggle. Because once you are willing to accept what is already dead, and move out of this struggle, being willing to do that hard spiritual work, and be able to do that reflectiveness, and be able to allow yourself to move into action, and being able to reveal that shadow, come out of that hermit mode. Once you're able to do that daily spiritual practice, right? This is a reading for the whole year. Keep in mind, this is for all of 2021. But when you're able to do that, maneuver through that, and accept those things, you come in through triumphantly on this horse and are able to pull down all of the beautiful, delicious, wonderful things that God has in store specifically for you. And that'll be your reward for following through with what's been best for you and what you've had all along, Aquarius. Let us see you, boo-boo. All right. Well, that was about a word one. The universe was like up in here, like showing out, testifying, shouting, and everything else, y'all. But thank you again so much for being here with me. My first official reading on my channel, Tarot by Vision, Aquarius 2021. Some powerful stuff. I really look forward to seeing what it is you got in store for us, Aquarius, as you and the universe co-create for this year. So again, please like, share, subscribe, tell your friends. In terms of personal readings, I have my email address there. So I'm still figuring out how all that's going to work. So if you're interested in a personal reading, definitely hit me up by email. I'm going to contact folks in the order in which I receive them. So hit me up with your information. It's all there below, and then I'll reach out to you and we can move forward from there. All right, Aquarius, thank you so much. I wish you all the best in 2021. I know that you're going to do big, amazing things, and so it is. All right, be blessed. Take care.